Hello guys and welcome back in another YouTube video. Finally I'm back because I didn't feel really good in these days. I will have a surgery after London and probably I will resolve everything, I hope. But today, I know, you don't know what to play in this meta and I feel in the same way. But yesterday there was a 128 players tournament in Milan hosted by Tsuno and Dolly, which help us because we have a lot of data to analyze and maybe find a way out of this jungle. Let's gonna start from the meta game. As we can see, we have Shanks as the most popular deck and probably is the easy guess and the easy pick of this format because deck is so strong, it's not really difficult to play it and have probably the best matchup spread in general, like a lot of 50-50, a good matchup into Aesop, and if this deck see the curve, is probably unstoppable. We have Shanks with only a 50% of win rate. As second deck we have Smoker Red Green, Marshall DTH as third deck, fourth deck Bonnie, and the fifth deck Kid Yellow. After that we have Luffy Purple, 7 Boa Hancock, this deck is not bad. After the Banlist, 5 Luffy Red Purple, 4 Reiju, don't sleep on Reiju because the deck is not bad. 4 Ronald Zoro, Zoro is back boys, if you want you can play it, have a good matchup into Teach, have a good matchup into Shanks, and probably in general is a really good aggro, so a lot of deck cannot manage all this aggressive play. 4 Aesop. And as we can see, probably Aesop and Zoro have the most win rate, yes, 60%, good, but we analyze Aesop after, because we are gonna see the top 8. For Doflamingo, Doflamingo is not that, have a good win rate, so don't sleep on Doffy too. 3 Katakuri, 3 Lucci, another deck is just not dead, because if you find a really good build, the deck is good. 2 Enel, 2 Lim, 2 Luffy ST21, 2 Buggy, 1 Rebecca, 1 Caesar Clown, 1 Bello Betty, 1 Smoker, and 1 Marco. I think Marco is not really bad. A lot of people are recommending me Marco after the video of Ikai probably, but I don't know because we have a different format in this moment. I don't know, but let's see after the first regional. Let's analyze the data about Shanks because I'm really curious. My opinion about this deck is the deck is really strong, probably the strongest deck in this format because it's an easy pick. If the deck see the curve and win the dice roll, is really good and it's really difficult to play against it, but in my opinion it's really inconsistent. In a big tournament where we have 10 round of Swiss plus top 32, top 16, top 8, top 4 and final, where we have 5 best of 3, I don't think it's really the right pick. Depends on what you expect and which player you are, because when I prepare myself for a big tournament, I search always a deck who is really consistent, because I know I'm gonna play a long run. But obviously this deck won the tournament, 128 players, not a small tournament. But the most important thing we can get from this data is the fact just one got top cut, because top cut is top 8. So I don't know, this is the most popular deck and don't dominate top 8. I don't know, it's pretty inconsistent in my opinion, but obviously Shanks can be the most popular deck in London in my opinion, and one of the best pick anyways. Now let's gonna see the end of Swiss. We can see Johnny, the first in Europe, we already know who is, got 7-0 with Doflamingo, so I already told you Doflamingo is not dead and is really consistent. And after that the other decks in top 8 are Doflamingo first place, okay, Masha DTH, Jurley Bonnie, Shanks, Luffy Purple, 1 Kid Yellow, Aesop and Vismo Reiju. We have a top 8 of 8 different decks. And I can just tell you I think other 10 decks other than these 8 who can just manage to get top cut and win a tournament. That's why I call this format a pretty a jungle. You cannot prepare a tournament really well with this state of metagame. But anyways, a top 8 really different, that's what I expect from London Regional. Because after London Regional, if we get top cut where some deck just show are better than the others, probably in Paris and the other regional, all will change. But in this moment it's completely a jungle, and this top 8 just show us what I mean. Now let's gonna see the bracket. We can see Johnny lost against Reiju as a Doflamingo, Martino win with Shanks against Luffy Purple, Blackbeard of Matteo lost against Aesop, and Bonnie lost against Kid Yellow. In top 4 we saw Reju against Shanks, and Shanks won. Aesop against Kid Yellow, Aesop won. And the final, Shanks Aesop, and Aesop just lost. We can see the mashup of this Aesop, because I'm curious. He won against Slim, lost from a Shanks in the Swiss, won against Katakuri, won against Stitch, won against Bonnie, won against Smoker Red Green probably, won against Buggy, won in Top Cut against Stitch, won against Kid Yellow, lost to Shanks. So, as I told you in the live, a lot of time you come and ask me about Aesop in this format, where probably Shanks will be the most popular deck. Aesop, I don't know if he's really good for 10 rounds, because Aesop have from the start problem of little bit of consistency, where you have to see the right card, or we have some problem. After that, we have another big problem. If Shanks is the most popular deck, we are gonna face, I think, 2 or 3 Shanks in Swiss. If we are good to dodge the Shanks in Swiss, probably we are gonna face in the Top Cut. In fact, the only 2 losses of this guy are 2 Shanks. We can see Aesop play pretty standard list with 4 Leo, 2 Rebecca, 4 Idio, 4 Soldier, 4 Bartolomeo, 2 Suleiman, 4 Cavendish, 3 Sabo, 3 Frankie, 3 Rono Azzoro, 4 Rebecca, 3 Kiros, 1 Monkey D. Luffy, 1 Patchwork, and that card is searchable, is Dressrosa and do -3, 2 Red Rock, 2 Gravity Bait, and 4 Corrida Colosseum. Okay, the list is pretty standard. We can see only as attached probably Patchwork and again the Luffy Gear 4, but I don't know, for the rest the deck in general is the same of the previous format. Let's see the mashup of the guy with the Luffy purple. He lost from Shanks in Top Cut, but he won against Shanks, 3 Shanks in a row, 1 Kid Yellow, lost against Masher the Teach, won against Roronoa Zoro, and won against Shanks. So he beat 4 Shanks, but lost in Top Cut against it. He played 2 Trafargallo Searcher, 4 Usoashi, 4 Zorojuro, 3 Onami, 2 Bon Clay, 2 Kamazo, 4 Sangoro, 3 Essas Capitan Kid, 2 Queen, 4 Sanji 2K Counter Blocker, 4 Luffy Taro obviously, 3 Sanji Rush, 4 Lin, 3 Luffy 9 Cost, 4 Giant, and 2 Gamma Knife. I think Gamma Knife now is probably mandatory because you have to find a way to kill Kid 8 Cost. Now we have Andrea with Bonnie. His Wisty faced Marshall D. Teach, Monkey D. Luffy, another Bonnie, a Boa Hancock, lost to the Flamingo of Johnny, won against Shanks last round, and lost in Top Cut against Kid Yellow. He play 4 Rosinante, 4 Tashigi, 3 Izo, 3 Rosinante Blocker. Your opponent's attack once per turn, set this character as active. Is not bad. 4 Uroge, 4 Cavendish, 4 Carrot to just freeze your opponent character. 2 Smoker, ok. 3 Odi Jones, 3 Estas Capitan Kid, 2 Rosinante. I think he expects some black decks. 3 Shanks 9 cost, 2 Zoro 9 cost, 2 Doflamingo. Probably he just put everything inside and hope to find the right character against the right mashup at this point. And 3 0 cost spell. Now we have Matteo Fratini with Masha D. Teach, 1 against Luffy, 1 against Bonnie, Reju, Shanks, Teach, and lost to Doflamingo of Johnny, and lost from Aesop in top 8. In play 4 Stronger, 3 Lafitte, 2 Vasco Shot, 3 Shiryu 2K Counter, 4 Jesus Barges, 4 Shiryu, 4 Kuzan, 2 Vanagar, 2 Katarina Devon, 4 Teach obviously 10 cost, 4 Maira Begins, 4 Finger Pistol, 4 Black Hole, 2 Liberation, 4 of the stage. I don't know about 2 Vanagar, but it's okay. If he play 4 Maira Begins, probably he hope to just bring back hits with Kuzan. And Katarina Devon, it's not a bad card, because can be really good against some decks, because can be banish, can be a blocker, or can have a double attack. So it's not really bad, and you can bring back with Kuzan. Let's gonna see Johnny now. 7-0 in the Swiss. 1 against Bonnie, Smoker Red Green, Kid Yellow, Smoker Red Green, Bonnie, Teach, and lost to Reju. I'm pretty curious about the list because he played 4 Perona, 4 Sengoku, 4 Buggy, 4 Teach, 4 Weevil, 4 Crocodile, 4 Gecko Moria, 4 Trafalgar, 4 Boa Hancock, 3 Dracula Mihawk, 2 Pudding, 4 Yozu, 2 Doflamingo 7 cost, and 3 Red Rock. So he don't play anymore for Red Rock, but he just used the Doflamingo 7 cost. Now we have Reju, lost in top 4 from Shanks, he won in the Swiss against Shanks, lost from another Shanks, won against Smoker Red Green, won against Shanks, won against Kid Yellow, won against Bonnie, won against Bo Hancock, won against John in top 8, and lost from Shanks. For Sora, for Sanji Searcher, for Reju, for Tony Chopper, 2 of the new Foxy, 2K counter, 1 Clone Soldier is a blocker searchable, just 3 Porsche, 2 Niji, 2 Black Maria, 4 Ichiji obviously, 4 Big Reju, 2 Big Niji, 1 Sanji 2K counter blocker, 4 Ichiji Rush, 1 Judge, 2 Gamma Knife, 1 Black Bug, 1 Red Rock, and 4 Germa. He don't play Pudding. Okay, I think Black Bug is good and it's searchable, so it's a good card. Red Rock it's not searchable, but you draw a lot of cards. Gamma Knife is okay, I think you need it against the green decks. It's not enough Ichiji probably. And Black Maria in this moment is difficult to remove it. And if this card sticks at least 1 turn on board, can be really a problem. Now we have Domenico, who lost from Aesop in top 4, is the Kid Yellow, won in Swiss against Aesop, against Shanks, against another Aesop, lost against Bo Hancock, won against Bo Hancock, won against Luffy, won against Mirror Kid Yellow, won against Bonnie in top 8, lost against Aesop in top 4. He played 4 Monkey D. Luffy, 3 Apu Blocker, 3 Shirahoshi, 4 Beji, 4 Drake, 2 Zoro, 4 Frankie, 4 Basil Hawkins, 3 Gedatsu, 3 Nami, 2 Cavendish Vanilla, 4 Low obviously, 1 NL Rush. I think in this moment is mandatory in this deck because you need something against Stitch. 3 Esas Kid 8 cost, just 3 Ace, okay, 2 0 cost spell, and 1 Punk, okay. Deck is, I think it's solid, and it's not the same yellow as always, so I think it's another good pick, because if we can expect less Lucci, you are good, but depends against Stitch if you find a way. We already saw Decklist and Mashup, so we have just Martino to analyze. One against Luffy, against another Luffy, lost against Smoker Red Green, won the Mirror Shanks, won against Bonnie, won against Kid Yellow, won against Stitch, and won in top 8 against Luffy Purple, won against Reju, and obviously in the final against Aesop. He don't play a standard list, he play more control version with Red Hair Pirates, with 4 Uta, 3 Otama, 2 Building Snake, 4 Ongo, 2 Lim Juice, 4 Lucky Roo, 4 Tony Chopper, 4 Luffy Rush from ST21, 3 Yasop, 4 Ben Beckman, 4 Sylvester Rayleigh, 2 Dragon, 4 Shanks, 2 Shanks who just kill a character, and 4 Radical Beam. He don't play Red Rock, he don't play Mole, he don't play card like that. I think if you play Yasop in the mirror match you are pretty better obviously, but I think the mirror match anyways is dice roll depend, because who win the dice roll and go second have probably more advantage anyways. But this build, if you expect a lot of Shanks, is really good in the mirror match. So that's it for the tournament. We analyzed, I think, everything. I don't know if I missed something, let me know in the comment. We saw a top 8 of 8 different decks, and that's what I expect for London, at least for London, because from that region we can get more information and something will change probably for Paris, Mulheim and the other regionals we have. But in this moment it's probably just roulette. You can pick everything, so play whenever you want. So boys, put a like, put a comment, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.